Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby and today is a bit of a show and tell. I'm going to show you the plants I'm struggling with. So plants I'm struggling with, something I'm very passionate about talking about, obviously, because I feel like it's all I ever talk about. Maybe not so much on YouTube, but definitely over on Instagram. I'm constantly like, this is my problem plant. What do I do with this? What would you do with this? So today's video is in dedication to me finding more problems in my collection. And honestly, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I quite like how realistic problems with your plants are, like very realistic. Everyone's got some and I've got more than others, I'm sure. But yeah, I have a lot of problems at the moment. And last night I had a light bulb moment and realised why I might be having so many problems. If you remember, I had a philodendron mammae that I bought home from a garden centre, discovered it had spidermites and thrips. And they refunded me. They were like so apologetic, and I underestimated how easy it was to get rid of spider mites. Thrips, call me the queen of thrips. I fully feel like I can control that. Although I wish I never said that because I have thrips, so fingers crossed they go. But yeah, spider mites, I didn't think, I've had them before years ago, but I didn't think it would be that big of a problem. Anyway, it's maybe pushing to nearly a year since I bought that plant home and I'm still finding problems. So the mammae was in the bathroom, it's quarantined. I had a asparagus fern next to it. This is my oldest plant, I think, other than my pothos. So I had that next to it and I love that asparagus fern. I don't think it's an asparagus fern. It's just a fern, let's just say it's a fern. I basically moved the mammae into the front room, which is our junk room essentially. It's in quarantine in there, in another room, because I found spider mites in this room, which is a really big no-go, on my tie as well. But they're a lot slower at breeding in here because the damage in here is less. I'm gonna hurry this up. Basically, I moved my monstera, my old variegated monstera, in that spot because it's really great for light, so I thought we'll come to that. And that had spider mites last night. I noticed it, and then I looked and I put a picture here. I looked at my fern and my fern is covered. So every time I wipe the surfaces down, move the plant away, and been like, why is this one now got spider mites, thinking they live on the surfaces, which I'm sure they do. That fern is covered, so that fern's been causing me a lot of problems. So I'll show you it, but I'm just binning it. Honestly, if I've just shared the photo, there's no coming back from that. I'm really sad. My husband said secretly I really hated it because all the needles fall everywhere and it's an absolute pain in the ass, if I'm honest. So I'm going to be getting rid of that today, but I will show you all my other problem plants. So yeah, let's just get into the video. So we're actually going to start with the tie that I was talking about. This tie I noticed had spider mites. I'm not sure how well you're going to see this. Probably not going to see it well at all, really. But this leaf that already had pest damage wasn't bad, but it already had it. This has got yellowing. Like you probably can't see that, and that's going to be really annoying because the whole point is to show you the problem. But I can, in person, when it hits, see, you see all that discoloration, you see those patches, that's spider mite damage. So yeah, unfortunately this is a plant I'm struggling with at the moment. I have got beneficial mites on the way, but we have a postal strike here, so it's causing a delay. But the roots are still going crazy. It's given me a new leaf. I'm not too worried, but I am concerned because I'm not sure I'm going to get rid of them fully. But that is number one. Number two is back over here. It is this. It's this. This. It doesn't smell great. Why is it furry? Yeah, the Miranda. This is not very good. Its roots are fine. Sorry, I'm just staring at someone looking like they're trying to get into my garden. The Maranta, so the lemon lime Maranta, this, the roots are fine at the top, it's got new growth points here, but I did notice this had a spider mite on it and it's kind of coming downhill. I actually was looking at moving this on, but I'm not obviously going to anymore since I saw evidence of a mite on it. It could have been any bug, but I'm pretty sure it's a mite. It kind of reads spider mite damage to me. Yeah, you see that? I think that's just discoloration of an old leaf. But yeah, but it's still growing, so can't be too bad, right? Number 2. This next one is also spider mite related. Yay! This plant is this. I'll take you down. I haven't used this tripod in ages because my husband uses it, and it's dirty and dusty. This leaf here, I will have to put some B-roll over the top of this. This is yellowing and it's dying. I've got spider mite damage here. And yeah, just sad times. And I'm noticing around where there are still mites here, I'm 99% certain. I'm noticing yellowing leaves on other plants. But yeah, that's why I've ordered beneficial mites, because I just want to put them in and they can just do their thing. But yeah, this is going yellow. I'm losing this leaf. Sad. I'm very sad about that because I absolutely love this plant and it's getting really big. But yeah, next plant. So you'll probably see there's a theme because everything is on this bench. That's looking yellow. That's looking really yellow down here. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I can probably guess. Maybe it's just thirsty, I don't know. I feel like it's thirsty. Anyway, this is the other one I'm having problems with. Big problems. It's white. It's always bloody white. Like, that is like okay. But yeah, like predominantly white. So it never grows. And this is my husband's favourite plant. Like, he tells me and reminds me, like, I don't know, weekly how much he loves this plant. He's like, oh, it's looking sad. Please, can you keep that plant alive? I really like it. And it's really gutting. But yeah, obviously the white leaves are going to die. So that's another one. It's pretty. It looks lovely there, doesn't it? But yeah, it's not the greatest. So unfortunately that will die. Oh, there's a little spider crawling up the wall. I'll take you into the bathroom now because that's the next problem plant. Right. I'll spin you around. Washing up. This one. This is the newest problem. So, can I sit on this or will it break? It seems okay. I was noticing this leaf going really, really limp, like almost like it needs a water. These are a bit more resistant. It was recently watered. But yeah, I was noticing this one. I was like, oh, maybe I didn't like saturate the soil on this side of the plant enough, so the roots didn't get the water, because these are two separate plants. And then I was looking closer, and I was noticing it was a little discoloured on the edges, like a little bit yellow. And then I looked closer and I could see what looked like dust particles. And then I looked at another leaf and I just saw the one rogue mite. So yeah, that has spider mites, and that is the one I was talking to you about. That was put in there. Also, I sunburned this so bad. I'm gonna have to take you off and show you. Okay, look what I did. I cannot believe that was touching the window. I actually can't believe I did that. I've had this lovely plant, although it's a bit leggy and everything. I've had this for 2 years, over 2 years now. and I did that. And I actually didn't, it wasn't that one I noticed first, it was this one, this corner. But anyway, yeah, discoloration was around here. And yeah, it was just sad times. You can kind of tell it's a bit discolored here. So I basically scrubbed the hell out of this yesterday with soap and like literally soap and a scrubbing brush. So hopefully this is gonna be spider mite free until the beneficial mites come, but we'll see, we'll see. Or if I've entered images yet. I probably have. I don't know if I saved them. But can you see all the webbing? Can you see it all? Like, obviously that strand is dead, but can you see all that webbing? I mean, I can't see any mites moving. My eyes are really bad. But that is a massive, there's some there, it's actually everywhere, you see? So anyway, that is very sad times, but I will just bin the entire plant and the soil and obviously keep that really beautiful pot, which you wouldn't have seen. But yeah, it's sorry for that. And then I've got another problem. This is the other plant I'm struggling with. This side is great. Well, it's okay. And then I've got the odd leaf here that's doing this, which screams root rot to me. But if you can see, this was, can you see? If you're returning to my channel, you'll know this already. Where are you? There. On that root there, there's a white dot. That's a mealybug. This is the plant that I brought into my home with mealybugs. This is the plant I brought in, and this is what caused me, or is still causing me, all the headache. I do have some alcohol somewhere that I can do this, but I've been taking them off with like a cotton bud and just dealing with it that way. Which has been not working obviously, but it's working fine for me. I can keep on top of it, and it's kind of like a bit satisfactory to find them and then squash them, which I can just take off the toilet paper as well. But yeah, that is another plant I'm struggling with, but obviously I don't think this is the mealybug issue. Obviously the mealybug issue is the evident like holes and stuff. I think this could be something to do with the roots, but you can see it comes in one of these really, really harsh root things. What are they called? You know that they basically grow the baby roots in. So I don't know if that's anything to do with it, but I try and hide that side because it's really pretty. But yeah, it's not amazing. Okay, I'm gonna be super honest with you and show you. I think I binned one actually. Before we go in, we're renovating. If you're new to my channel, we're renovating. Please don't judge my house, because it's not the nicest. I had an amazing variegated Maranta. The mealybugs were immense on that plant, and I put it in this room to die, and I just binned it the other day just because with baby and with full-time work and everything, I couldn't keep on top of it. I couldn't keep on top of like killing all of these ones that kept like producing so quickly there. Okay, so please do excuse the background. We really are like in the middle of really renovating, so it's not me like, oh, my house is messy, and it's not. It really is messy. This is the Mamai. I actually bought it with damage. I bought it before they like plummeted in price. Like I paid £110 for this. It was down from £250. Like I said, they gave me a full refund anyway, but it did come with cosmetic damage, but it wasn't as bad as it is today. This leaf has given up on life. That's like pointing down. You see, it's not great. It already had those like crispy bits at the bottom. It's going yellow around the edges. Can you see here? Yellow. Not great. Finally got a new leaf, but look at the size of it. It's absolutely massive. Oh, and another new leaf on the way. It's worth keeping. No, I don't know. It's not great. I could just chop that and let it grow, you know, start again. I don't know. I just feel really disappointed that this was such a bad decision of buying. The backs are better, or as in like better to show you how bad they are. Like, it's a very awkward plant as well, if you can already tell. Yeah, you see, it's just not great. Not great at all. So yeah, that lives in here because there's no other plants in here apart from a monstera in the corner, which is well away from it. And it's in the corner there because the light in here is really good, unfortunately, so it's just wasted on this. So that was it. That was, well, they're the ones I can show you. I don't think I've got any in my bedroom where Magnus is sleeping, which is really surprising because the curtain's always closed in there because he naps so often, obviously. But yeah, so I'm really struggling with those. And I'm hoping, oh no, there's another one. I have to show you this because actually, depending on when this is released, I uploaded a video called Hydrogen Peroxide, What Went Wrong, meaning I messed up. It didn't work for me. I still stick to that video. It did not work for me, but yet the cutting that I was fixing, the variegated monstera cutting, has literally come back to life. So I'll show you that. I am struggling with it, like actively struggling with it. This wall's even worse than that one, but I'll show you why. It's different. It's not mite related. Okay, it's here in this corner. So the setup, there's a ramekin there, like a little shallow dish, and the root is in there. So this is the plant. I made a cut today here. Let me grab the end because I saved it for you for this video. Here's the end. That was rotting. This quite bad rot. So that was on here. And there was another tiny bit. It's there. I can't get it. It was like a centimetre. It was like this. And I chopped that. And chopped the other little bit. But, oh, that root has dried. Oh no. So basically, I had this submerged in water. This root started growing, which is amazing, like absolutely amazing. And another root started growing here, which looked really great 2 hours ago. I've let it callus over. Honestly, it now looks like it's deteriorating, like it's proper wrinkly again. It wasn't wrinkly earlier. Oh, am I struggling again with this? It's really annoying. Anyway, that root is fine. I need to know, how can I do this? I need to order moss, like, right now. Because we're going to Belgium on Friday. It's Monday. I wanted to get moss and put it around here and, you know, keep it moist. So at the moment, I'm just holding it in there. And it's laying down in the ramekin, and the ramekin's there. But this root is pointing this way. So I can't get all that in water. So what I'm going to do is going to get some tissue roll, dampen the tissue roll, put it around that, and then put some cling film around it so it's keeping it moist, because that root is dried out and that's really sad. And that's how you can get root rot, by shocking your roots all the time. I had to cut this off though. I couldn't leave that in water. Idea was to leave that in water until the moss came, which I haven't ordered, but leave it in water until the moss came, then cut it. But as you can see, if I cut it any lower, I'm losing this leaf. Ugh. I have got a really nice looking root. I had two really nice looking roots, but I don't anymore. This is a really, really wet piece of tissue paper. I'm going to wrap this semi-dry one, so I've just stripped on it, like this. I'm going to put that like that. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a bit, it's not soaking wet, but it's saturated. And I'm going to wrap, you can't even see, I'm going to wrap this. This is how I post plants. but loosely. I don't want to damage that. I bring it around so that flat bit is against the root, and then I can, yeah, that's fine. And then I'm just going to wrap that and just keep it nice and moist. Also, I feel really happy I can talk to like you guys now about actual situation, but today's a really big day. Today is 2 weeks ago we sleep trained Magnus because he would only sleep on me or my husband, which I cannot tell you how stressful it was, because I work full time. I went back to work after 8 weeks because I was basically made redundant from my last job and didn't qualify for mat leave and stuff, but my husband gets paid, so it made sense. But I work from home, so it's really nice anyway. But I work, and then when I don't work, my husband goes down and renovates downstairs, and I have to hold Magnus to sleep. Like, as does my husband during the day. We just have to sit in a dark room, and we love it. Honestly, it's amazing. But when it's very stressful times, you know, you can't do anything with him, and he was having bad sleeps, like, because he was getting bigger and he was uncomfortable on us, and during the heat wave he was like, I don't want to touch you because I'm hot, but he felt like he needed us to sleep. We sleep trained him to understand that he can sleep on his own, and I'm really, really proud of him. Like, I honestly was like, he's never gonna want it, he's just a Velcro baby. But yeah, like, it's a big day because today's the first day I'm able to YouTube and film while my husband's out at Screwfix getting stuff for, he's about to start work downstairs, and I'm able to film because little Magnus is sleeping on his own. So it's life-changing. And he used to go to bed at 10 p.m. I used to lay down in the bed in the dark when he was sleeping. I used to have to lay down with him, like, he'd be attached to me because, yeah, I'd be attached to him, he'd need that. And I would eat my dinner horizontally, like lying down. My husband would have to cut up my food. We'd have to have food that I could, like, spoon into my mouth, like, from far away in the dark with, like, a little nightlight on, because honestly, there's this big changes. And he used to go to bed at 10 because that's, by the time we managed to tag team and stuff, that's the earliest we could get to bed, and I start work at 6. So yeah, now he goes to bed at 7:30, 8. We have an evening together, we talk about adult stuff, and then because we co-sleep, we get into bed with him after, and we just join him, and it's just so cute. I'm just so happy. And I've already said thank you to Harley G, but yeah, she definitely encouraged me to try the sleep training method that she did, and it worked. So that will hopefully be a lot happier now. I went off on a tangent, but it's a big day. But yeah, that should be a lot happier. It's kind of keeping it a little bit moist in there, and then I'm going to put it back and feed it like this, like, just give it water like this. So yeah, this was the last struggling plant that I'm aware of. I would talk to you about my Brantiana, but it's not time yet. I haven't given it enough time since I repotted. Basically, that's all of the plants in my collection that I'm struggling with. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll turn you around so you can see me a bit central. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. And my next one could be, hopefully, a plant lover's greenhouse tour. Hopefully. I'm still yet to ask them. I'm sure they'll be fine with it. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Speak to you soon. Bye.